We are approaching now the 5-year mark of 1 October, the night 58 people died in a mass shooting at the Route 91 Harvest Festival in front of Mandalay Bay. The death toll would climb to 60.
So the threads of 1 October really kind of stretch everywhere. You might have known someone who was at the concert, a friend of a friend who survived, maybe a neighbor who never made it home. As John Langler reports, sometimes those threads tie each other together in unexpected places.
Do you carry those stories with you?
Tennille Pereira is used to the stories. Stories of trauma, loss, grief, and pain. She runs the Vegas Strong Resiliency Center.
The baggage that comes along with what I do, you know, it can be a heavy weight.
So Pereira runs a lot.
It's kind of where I do my self-reflection and process things.
So do her children. They're 3 of the fastest young runners in Las Vegas.
And those friendships are really strong.
Christine Jeanette helps push Pereira's teenagers to go even faster.
I just try to be their biggest cheerleader.
She's been their coach in one form or another since Emily was in 6th grade.
Is it how she coaches you? Is it
She doesn't put up with nonsense.
Right here at the Downtown Healing Garden, the stories of 1 October live on forever. About 5 years ago, Pereira learned her children's own coach was one of thousands with a story of her own.
I was helping a survivor with something.
Jeanette, as it turns out, was there.
I shared the story of my husband and I being survivors of that night and what we went through.
The Route 91 Country Music Festival.
I discovered that she was actually my child's teacher.
It was unexpected, but appropriate.
She had so many stories she probably had heard at this point, and that now I knew I had a connection and somebody that I could reach out to.
Jeanette and her husband were among the thousands who escaped the 1 October shooting.
I'm trying not to let what happened 5 years ago define who I am.
Her strength and compassion comes from her students. Jeanette is the driving force behind the Angel Wings project at Cadwallader Middle School.
My students, I tell them all the time, they help me heal.
So does the simple act of running, 1 foot in front of the other.
That night, we didn't have a chance to decide whether or not we were going to run. And this is her way of taking her power back.
At last year's Vegas Strong 5K, Pereira and her children were among the fastest. Jeanette was there.
As I crossed that finish line, she put that medal around me. Like, it just felt like things came full circle.
As Jeanette marks 5 years since the night that changed her life, she is determined not to run from the emotions anymore. Her finish line is the Downtown Healing Garden, a place she's never been.
I just don't know quite why I haven't been down, and so this year is going to be my year. It has to be.
John Langler, 8 News Now.